the Clinks. It's been one of his favorite heroes. I feel like he's been kind of almost forcing it into the meta for so long, and finally Clinks is in a place where people feel like it's playable as a 4, so all that practice probably going to pay off.
I feel like it's something I haven't personally seen him play yet in Pro Dota. Other players have been obviously watching and playing it.
Crit streams a lot, and sometimes he has to play core, and he has a couple of cores that he usually goes to. I think Batrider was one of his favorites. I think Troll is one of his favorites, but besides that, it's Clinks. So he's talked about it. He's been vocal about the hero in the past. He says, oh, it's really fun hero to play, but maybe not the best. But he has been trending upwards, and people have found a way to make him work in the 4 position.
Certainly having that packed early, moving around, finding kills, you can suddenly find yourself bulking up a lot of permanent damage. Certainly in pubs you can snowball to control. It'll be interesting to see in pro play though.
He has a lot of innate abilities that help him do damage, so if he can be a little bit less focused on farming, then he can kind of be useful throughout the entire game, and he still gets a decent amount of farm out of the jungle with the Death Pact. And
is it fine considering he doesn't really bring a lot to the table that normal supports would, the utility of having those stuns and ways to kind of isolate and lock down players? I mean, you have other heroes on the team like Jakiro and even Naga with the net that can help make up for it. Is that good enough?
It's a little bit lacking, but it definitely helps make up for it.
We'll see here. Obviously, Coddle going to be one of the biggest ones to wince at the damage that Clinks could bring. Has to be very careful to not get caught out. Eating too much damage there, but for now in the early game has the move speed and can continue to jab back and forth a bit. That mid lane matchup is the Battle of the Spirits, though. Storm versus Void. Is this kind of 50-50 between Spirits, or does Void etch it out a little bit?
I think it's quite even, but I think the better player wins, and a lot of times it'll come down to the rune control, so watch out for the 4-minute rune and who helps who get it.
Absolutely. We'll see if the supports are going to be rotating that direction to assist on the rune control as we take a peek at bottom briefly, the Jakiro clock matchup.
Bro doing super well in lane though. 9-3 CS, pretty much getting all the last hits.
Yeah, 9-3. Now the pullback. Ryoya going to be forced to sidestep out of there. And he's taking control early. Both these mid laners, looking to get that race to level 6 and look to go for a kill opportunity, if not on the mid lane, then possibly a rotation to the side lanes.
Just about even in their race towards the bottle.
The mana juice on a Beastmaster, that could be a bit fun.
Yeah, he's got the axes, so he can do a little bit of spamming. Yeah, it's a great Coddle game. I think Coddle works really well with Troll. It also obviously works really well with Storm.
For now, he has that 1-0-1 on the Coddle. I know we saw that one game where the Blinding Light was totally passed on. I imagine Aoi will get that point next or very soon.
Yeah, probably level 3 or level 4. Sometimes I think he might just go the 2-point chakra. If it's going to help Beastmaster that much more.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to need the Blinding Light later, certainly once the ultimate comes online. Otherwise, Clinks is just going to get a free takedown of that ult.
Blinding Light is a little bit of a, like over fighting now sort of a spell, because it has such a long cooldown and decent mana cost that it's unless it's like a life or death situation, you really don't want to be using it. It's not the best like harassing or poking.
It can cause more grief to maybe even your core player if you're bumping the creeps all around and making it difficult for last hits. So definitely have to be careful with the Blinding Light through that laning phase. Here's another pull coming out. Storm 18-5 to Void's 14-1. And is continually getting pressured back. He's going to have to chew through what regen's even left. Does get a handoff from the chicken there.
That's a full bottle, so yeah, we're going to see the 4-minute rune. It's going to be I don't know if they're going to try and contest the same one. Bryle does have a point in his stun, so he can out-click the Void Spirit.
Who can even rotate over to assist with the rune? I guess I'm looking at EG's side.
It's really tough for EG because of the style of their supports. Clinks and Jakiro are not the best roamers. Clockwork could come assist, but we might just have a I'll go top, you go bottom kind of situation.
Yeah, as the bottom lane is pushed very far forward on the secret, or the crazy side rather. It's going to make him difficult to kind of fetch her out from the lane here. As we do have, unfortunately, a little bit of a pause to lead into this one here. Disconnect here from RTZ's side. So why do you think it is that EG like value this Naga so much that they have to first snap pick it and it's really first banned?
It's one of RTZ's best heroes. He's been playing this hero for half a decade.
But there's no way that people can just build some sort of meta around it or just counter it straight out?
Definitely. There's heroes that are good against Naga. It's an illusion style hero, so lots of AoE, and Storm will be great. Troll is okay. Coddle I think works really well because Naga doesn't really want to build a BKB too early. I've seen RTZ playing different styles of Naga. Sometimes he'll even go like a more right-click BKB build. But in this game, they actually have good team fight with the Jakiro. Then they 2-3 these together. So no matter what, like mid-game, they're going to be able to sleep into Ice Path and maybe set up a kill on one of Crazy's heroes as they don't really have any save.
I imagine certainly whether they get the Naga involved or not, EG are going to look to take it to the mid game and make some kills happen. I mean, you have a Legion Commander after all, so you want to get some dual damage under the belt where possible. And
there's also a first pick Beastmaster, and Naga usually does quite well versus Beastmaster in lane.
And that is the laning matchup that she did get.
Yeah, and she's owning 22-11 to 12-0 from KheZu. Coddle is definitely not helping Beastmaster very much.
It's not really bringing anything to the lane aside some mana here. It'll be a cute little blast, but that's not going to really stop him a whole lot.
And, he skips the boar because of the clinks.
Oh, because he gets the free damage, obviously. Just sucks up the boar easily. Another nice counter in the laning phase to a Beastmaster.
Like the clink spell is such a long cooldown, though. Do you really just want to skip boar? Well, he's going for something a little different here. 2 points Axis help clear those Naga illusions.
And I guess when you have a Coddle to think that they can make the most and go for the Axes, plus the Clinks factor, is going to shift up the build quite a bit for KheZu on this one.
Oh, Bryle got the 4-minute haste rune, so big win for him on the mid lane.
15 denies on Arteezy's Naga Siren, too, on that top lane. He is taking a lot of XP away from Beastmaster and Owie here as we see Crit stalking down Owie, who disappeared from the lane, and it's not rune time yet, so there he is stacking on the side. He is going to be able to join KheZu in grabbing the other bounty rune available.
Yeah, Owie went back to the jungle kind of saying, oh, yeah, this top lane's pretty lost, not much we can do. Let me just stack the jungle and Beastmaster can help me clear it later.
That just means, though, that Crit and his Clinks can also kind of be left to his own devices to run around and cause chaos potentially, or just chase down the Coddle.
Yeah, this is how I like the hero. He doesn't have to sit in lane and soak experience. He can kind of be almost like a 4-position Mirana, where he goes to the jungle, kills a hard camp creep, continues to rotate, checks a rune.
We'll have to see if he does find an opportunity to get the jump possibly on Bryle there in the mid lane before he gets that level 6 and the ability to jump out. Oh, he already is level 6, so
yeah,
that's going to be that much harder.
Bryle's going to have a good game. And that's worrisome for EG. They don't have they've got some lockdown for Storm, and that can be the person that they target out of the sleep combo. Oh, yeah, but there you go. Crit on the 6-minute rune. Grabs it.
Owie with the big stacks, but there's that DD. Oh,
Fairy Fire, though.
Crit wants that damage, though. Oh, there it is. Coming through with the woo is going to be Crit, who does secure his first dose of permanent damage now. And spots out the intel of all these ridiculous stacks. I don't know if there's going to be anyone from EG's side to possibly rotate there and help take them away or contest them for the moment, but it is going to be acknowledged by EG and something that Crazy are going to have to just consider when they decide to commit.
Crit ported bottom here. Now they've got 3 heroes down here trying to make something happen.
Yeah. Rotations from both sides here as Bryle stepped away from that mid lane too, and he makes the jump, looking to go for Arteezy here, who kind of swept down through into the jungle where he felt it was safe. Now goes for the TP out, not going to be able to make it. He has finished off Bryle's first rotation as a successful one, taking out the prize Naga.
Yeah, that was a huge kill for Crazy. They're falling way behind during laning stage here. Top lane and bottom lane not going well for them.
Not sure what Arturo was doing sliding through to this Radiant Triangle, maybe thinking he could slip in to get some of those jungle stacks, but puts himself in a precarious position. Mid lane, I'm seeing a convergence here onto Owie. Crit just stalking him out, potentially looking to go for the free damage. Actually bypasses that, and will instead scout out where Bryle currently is.
Yeah, they de-warded the ward that Crit put down in the on the lane that helped him kill Owie, and took some time here to farm the stacks. Storm Spirit, highest net worth in the game, doing super, super well.
There are the 3 EG cores just following that Storm, though. They are still finding their way in the bottom and top part of the map.
8-minute rune. Where's it going to be? Contested. It's a haste through top. That means he can chase.
Battle at bottom while the supports are trying to assist. It's Fly caught within the cogs and will be finished off by Bryle now, and he's not done yet. Gets the pull onto Ryoya, who jumps to the high ground, gets hit with a cute tiny blast, but no serious threat to follow. It's crazy just scrapping together another kill, and Bryle continues to swell up.
Needs to be careful here, man, on Void Spirit.
Yeah, Bryle's letting him know. He's thinking about making the dive. Ryoya has the back tree cut.
Port in, he's going to refill the bottle. There it is, okay. Very nice, very helpful for Fly to refill that bottle for Ryoya. Saves him a trip to base.
Does mean that Fly is currently not at bottom, so Bulba has to be a little cautious if there's a jump opportunity. But without Moon Meander having his level 6, it's not going to be easy to kill this Legion.
It's not going to be it's not going to be easy to kill him at any point in this game, I think. Even if Clockwork does get level 6, they're going to need, I think Storm needs to be in just about every kill for Radiant at the moment. He's a huge source of their damage and lockdown.
Well, we see EG now smoked up and looking for a kill themselves as Ryoya joins in Fly.
Yeah, Crazy also doing a smoke of their own towards the top lane. A little bit of mirrored action here.
They just spot out Moon. I think their opportunity could be gone. They do manage to catch the Ice Path, but the follow-through is not going to be there with the positioning. And now we check to the top lane where it's Crazy rotating in. They have converged onto Arteezy in his own jungle.
No points in sleep, so he's on his own here.
And that means he is set for his own demise. It's EG with a 1K advantage, but as Crazy begin to scrap together these kills, they start to look pretty damn good at the conclusion of this laning phase.
Yeah, not the easiest, not the best gank squad here from EG's kind of 3-hero trio at the moment. Jakiro, Legion Commander, Void Spirit. Void Spirit finally getting a point in Aether Remnant, but it's really hard for them to get on top of somebody reliably until Void Spirit, I guess he's going Ags instead of Yules, but I was thinking they just need somebody to kind of set things up.
Yeah, so if it's not going to be him, is it like Legion Commander's Blink or a Naga Song or something?
Yeah, exactly. It's really hard for them to find a target and start on a target. That's why I would, even though Clock was in the middle of their smoke, it's like Fly needs to hit like an amazing Ice Path, and then follow that up with like a Duel or an Aether Remnant before they get any of their spells off.
Well, Bulba needs to step off for that Blade Mail first. Oh, he must have just completed the Blade Mail. It seems it's on the way.
He skipped it.
Oh, he skipped it. Okay.
He's just going to go Blink.
All right. Wasn't sure.
I think
if
it's
that
the right
courier's
decision
coming down his way.
To start the action.
I agree. I was going to say, otherwise it was going to be a bit before we see that type of initiation coming out from EG. But like you acknowledged, they have shift gears, recognize they need that kind of jump in potential, and they will itemize appropriately. Naga has left the top, is totally working through the jungle grind for the moment, leaving Crit to kind of get the solo XP, but it also leaves him to be caught out with a simple dust. They will easily take down the little bone man.
Yeah, nice play from Bryle. Bringing his own dust to kill the Clinks. That's how you do it. Easy kill.
That's concerning because this is getting close to the point where you'd see mid. Crit all over the place, but mid is where the action goes down. A jump in from Moon, cogs up Fly. Here's the retort coming out from Ryoya and his Void Spirit. Owie commits his first Will-O-Wisp of the game. Looking to get some follow-up from Crazies as Bryle rotates over, looking to go for the last hit, but the wand, the secondary jump, here comes Crit now, but he has no disable. He's got to ditch out the right-click. Ryoya still fine, the rocket, too low of a level. And Ryoya will survive. EG take better exchange, just by a bit though. Too crazy there.
Oh, great use of that first call ultimate. Able to turn a gank. Void Spirit not really achieving a lot. 0 for 0-0-0 at the moment.
Yeah, I think they only got the little clockwork kill, right? So,
but Legion has finished his Blink Dagger, so we could see a smoke. Fly's got one ready. They have Macropyre as well to follow up on the duel.
Here they go to the top lane. A jump possibly for Kezu, who was able to get that tier 1 tower down. He still floats around the jungle.
Yeah, I think they're going to get him. He doesn't see this coming at all.
He is spotted. So there's going to be our debut Blink duel from Master Bulba. and he will be awarded the extra bit of damage. It's going to be Crit who does get the last hit, but it looks like it's going to be EG's time to try to take some fights. Certainly whenever that duel is off cooldown.
Yeah, their only counter initiate is kind of AoE 2000's Will-O-Wisp, which can definitely disrupt the Legion Commander duel plus team fight. But yeah, right now every kind of blink duel I think looks pretty solid as long as that call isn't nearby.
For now, the ult's still on cooldown here, so we'll see if EG decide to keep the aggression up to play with that clock. Or that, yeah, the clock, as we have a rotation from Kezu now, stepping away from that top lane. He's got the Primal Roar. He's had it for a while. He's level 9.
Yeah.
Hoping to make a debut.
I would love for Radiant, yeah, to get active and go to, I think, take the mid tower is a huge objective for them.
Looks like they're doing that. They have that Coddle ult, I imagine, up any moment.
A little strategy pause here.
But, yeah, guys, 30 pack loss, a.k.a. 30 seconds to figure out what we're about to do in this mid lane and break it down. I mean, Artur, is that Artur in the lane?
He's up top.
No, it's Fly, okay. I mean, if Fly is tanking this giant gank, you know, it is what it is. I would imagine it's EG's best interest to still rotate over to defend that tier 1 point because Naga needs the jungle.
The bigger objective is the tier 1 tower. If they can, if the Jakiro baits and tanks it and they can counter initiate, maybe score a return kill or something, it might dissuade Crazy from actually pushing the tower, which would be the main goal of EG. But I'm kind of thinking if they just get the Jakiro kill, they might just easily take this tower because I don't know who else from EG is going to show up and fight.
Nothing. That Macropyre is about to come off cooldown, and that's going to be pretty big in the fight, in the defense of the push, and holding the tower. So even though it's just your little support who could get jumped by this gank, that's probably the best hero you want to take down if you're trying to push objectives here on Crazy's side. And they have a real strong fight to bring with this Coddle ult about to come up in 7 seconds time. They have counter fights, so Bryle can kind of just lead things off, and then when EG respond, Crazy can respond in their own way. So looks like we are going to get going. Bryle waits in the mid lane for the possible jump. The rocket scout out from Moon and the hook shot. They will easily burst down Fly. Nice snipe from Ali with the blast.
Yeah, Kezu did not reveal though, so he can. Nope, never mind. He's going to show, try and push the tower.
Maybe EG not even going to look for a defense. So Moon jumps to top with Bryle. A duel going to be unsuccessful here. Artur is going to be forced to dish out the song, and they both retreat out from the top lane.
Saved Bulba. And also defended their mid tower.
That's right. I'm surprised. Crazy just suddenly pulled everybody to that top lane.
Yeah, well, they saw their. You see your one position getting gone on, and it's. I think it's natural for a team to overreact. Although he seemed fine. I don't think he was in any danger of dying. Yeah. But they didn't know that.
Yeah, well, for now, I guess the core's safe. But that tier 1 still stands. So Crazy get right back to it. A jump again onto Fly. Can they burst him down this time without the additional lockdown? He's able to turn and get the ice path off. Can't even turn around to get the Macropyre down, though. Fly will fall. And Crazy now have the advantage in numbers. Still with a couple ultis in their pocket. They are going to commit the Will-O-Wisp right on top of the duel. They're jumping from Bryle, but the duel is still successful in finishing off Moon Meander. Bulba should be falling next, but he is able to tank quite a bit of damage. Ultimately, Bryle will score that double kill, and it's a 2-for-1 exchange with EG still holding the tower for now.
Yeah, and Naga's still farming, so all things going well. We'll see how well the Troll does the late game versus Naga Siren. He is going the Battle Fury build, which will help him deal with the illusions. And just farm really quickly. Yeah, I think Storm Troll can outcarry the Naga, which is always the problem with picking Naga early, is that oftentimes your illusions don't scale that well. Especially when you're up against like 2 cores that are maybe good against you. So then you're just more reliant on the team fight factor, which they do have with the Jakiro, but once Radiant has BKBs, it's a little bit less of a concern.
A lot of it can be weighing on the shoulders of Naga because Ryoya was put in a tough spot in that laning phase and is still trying to recover from it. Back at mid though, Jumpin' Moon catches 2 with the beautiful cog setup. They'll blast down Fly, they'll finish off Bulba. Ryoya looks to step in for a counter fight. Can't get the finish of Moon. Moon will earn up and make his way to the other side just fine. And Crazy now going to give it another go-ahead for the +1 tier 1 tower in the mid lane. And we're going to hit another freaking pause here. Oh, we stutter away.
I even DC'd just a minute ago, so I think it's just a kind of a funky server.
Still lingering Valve server battle pass issues or something.
Sometimes you just get a bad one.
Sometimes you just get a bad one and a bad server. It's been a bit quiet for Crit and his Clinks. So at this point in the game, when it feels a bit uncomfortable to be able to roam around and just catch out Coddle as crazy, you're kind of employing this buddy-buddy system a bit. What do you do as a Clinks? Are you just strictly there to take down Will-O-Wisp, or what else can you get done?
Well, yeah, you can kill the Will-O-Wisp. I think a lot of times you can just farm, even just like farm jungle, place deep wards, you know, maybe snipe some couriers. But Storm Spirit is quite good against you because he can just jump from across the map if he finds you out. A lot of these fights for EG right now, Jakiro is the one just getting initiated on by like Clockwork or Storm. And I think he has kind of a lot of their early game damage.
And stuns, too. Really.
Yeah,
so they take Jakiro out. That is...
yeah, I would love for them to kind of help protect him a bit more. The Legion save, however, doesn't really help because oftentimes he's just in the middle of cogs and battery assault.
Yeah, you can save him, but ultimately he needs to find a way to be able to escape. I imagine a Force Staff should be of consideration here between some of these supports if possible, but you know, it's still kind of awkward build-up. Flies, yeah, he's got one queued up, but it's going to take a while to get. 1,600
away.
Yeah, so that could help save him, but he is on his own on trying to pick up the movement tool to get out from that trouble. So we do get resumed here. Crazy. Gonna repause, unfortunately, as or is it half stuck unpausing? What is going on right here?
They're DC, but I mean,
oh, our OBS is
yeah, just
DC.
needs to reconnect on
Observer. Reconnect. Peter's still live though, as I am looking over his shoulder to commentate the game. It's Crazy who were moving their way towards the mid lane, and now they have changed course and they're heading south. EG draw out the map, and it looks like they're going to be heading that direction too to defend. I think you need to reconnect.
Yeah.
Pop-Tart, if you're able to reconnect. He's trying to make it work over there. He's jumping on a backup OBS right now, so don't worry, people at home. We are trying to get the Observer into a new setup. So there we go. Hey, we're back. Talk about product. We have backup Observer PCs in case the original Observer PC somehow gets into a funk like that one. So
careful with the flex, you know. we know BTS is good. Everybody. No need to convince him. Don't worry, EG fans. Our TZ still farming. Roya does go down in the mid lane, though.
Oh, this is going to be interesting, though, because we don't have audio, I guess, at the moment for this setup. So let's try to battle our way through it here as we check action to the bot lane. Moon avoiding Ice Path Macro Pyro trouble. EG make their presence known at the bottom lane and then kind of second guess their commitments here. Now they reapproach as Moon gets a bit close and they easily clean him down. No problem at all. And now comes out the Naga Song with Bryle jumping in and the Will-O-Wisp commitment. Looks like they're going to step out.
The Will-O-Wisp was like just out of range of canceling those TPs.
Coddle does have that one utility in a way to cancel out the Naga Song because the far cast range of it, but as you see, Bryle's still able to get the catch-up kill onto Fly.
Man, I feel like Bryle is such a good Storm player.
Yeah, he's having a pretty good tournament.
Reminds me of a young Sumail.
A young Sumail. Yeah, he's definitely got the Storm Spirit. You're a mid player after all. You got to have a swag spirit to be able to show off here.
Unfortunately, not all mid players do.
I mean, I remember Sumail starting on Root Gaming. It was a Storm Spirit that was making waves in the on Reddit, and now plays for OG and is looking to go for another Aegis. As we get back underway here, we have sound all right. I'm happy about that. Bulba waiting at the bottom, looking to approach the tower. EG have a firm hold on this bottom tier 1 tower, and Crazy have made the call to get something going. They smoke and rotate over with Moon leading out the front. And here comes the jump and the hookshot catch, both onto Bulba. They will easily blast down this Legion commander. And they try to go for follow-up on the Ryoyo, but he is quick to step away. So, yeah, props to Crazy. They rotate over. They stop the tier 1 pressure, but EG now, they look to retort. Ice Path, big combo, big finish onto Bryle, and that is a 7 times kill streak put into the pocket of Crit's Blown Fletcher here. And Crazy retreat.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. Radiant lineup really lacking save, so if they catch these team fight spells, like we saw there, all it took was one Naga net into an Ice Path. It's a dead Storm Spirit.
And EG know there's no Will-O-Wisp there to worry about, so they can just kind of put their full commitment onto Bryle.
Yeah, not totally sure what Crazy was doing there. Didn't really think they were not really defending any objectives. Right now they do have both outposts though, so EG is going to try and contest this top one.
Troll keeps farming though, and he is neck and neck with this Naga, now inching ahead in the net worth game.
Yeah, I think it's a really good sign for Troll too. I think one of the things that Naga has over other carries is that she has her illusions at, as soon as level 7, and they're going.
Bounty runes.
Action on top.
Will-O-Wisp gonna be committed.
Does have
right
song.
on top of the rune. We have a pause just as Moon Meander is able to connect the hook shot here. Arteezy's forced to disconnect. He has song, but was Battery Salt already casted by
dead.
Moon?
He's dead.
He's dead? Okay. Silenced.
He's dead for sure.
Oh,
Crit might be dead too.
Yeah, Crit's right there. What does Crit have? You mind clicking him real
Medallion is going to Orchid.
quick? Oh. I don't think Storm has a way to take off that silence yet, right? Is he going Yules?
I think he'll just go. Yeah, he's going Yules right now.
He's going to get at least a defensive item to
I
help
don't
deal
like
with that.
Yules. I think just getting a BKB is definitely better. If you just Yules, oftentimes I think you're just setting yourself up.
Yeah, you could set yourself up for Ice Path or whatever the Jakir is able to dish out. As the trend has gone already, it's Jakiro who gets jumped first, though, and killed.
Damn.
We're going to go.
With the G.
And he will be evaporated at the back of that pause. And they get the twofer, following up, finishing off. Crit, it is all crazy all day in terms of executing these ganks and these movements. They are 15 to EG's 5. They have a 3K net worth advantage, and they feel confident enough to move into the pit and begin to battle it with Roche.
That has got to be frustrating for EG, just to come out of an unpause, like a DC on your one position, who's getting ganked, and then come back in, have your DC, have your carry die.
Yeah, EG a bit tilted in this one.
Crit dies too, just kind of like, he was kind of like floating nearby to like try and help and see what's going on, and there he goes. There's the Aegis to Bryle in the Storm.
Man, I have got to be curious what EG's plan B is going to be in this one, because now Bryle having the power of the Aegis Crazy got to feel pretty unstoppable. As long as they have ults to kind of commit, they could take whatever team fight they wish. EG got to play this one a bit slower and a bit more dodgier.
This is why I think Ryoya needed the Yule Scepter instead of the Axe. I think it's kind of his responsibility to set up fights. That's also why we haven't really seen Legion Commander or like Centaur be popular picks in the offlane, just because they require a Blink Dagger to get going. And if you're not ahead when you have to buy these Blink Dagger items, then like you're kind of jumping into a fight that you're probably gonna lose. So you just feel like you can't do anything, and so the lead just gets worse and worse, and that's what we're seeing here. Is Crazy's they're just stronger than EG, and the Naga Siren isn't going to scale this game because it was picked so early in the draft.
Yeah,
I think they just need like a huge team fight somehow.
Yeah, just with that one pickoff, you see Naga move down not one but 2 pegs on the net worth. Storm is now beginning to push past this Naga, the troll, who would continue to grind through the farm and even participate in that good exchange, is just going to bulk up that much further. And like you're saying, without EG being in a comfortable position, now having the tools to start fights, I don't know when they're going to have opportunities to get the jump on this troll. Crazy have come together as a team, understanding that they can win these fights. And it's going to be on EG to try to turn it around. They do find an opening onto Kezu, and they quickly pick him off. Here comes the response. It's a sleep and a Will-O-Wisp. They finish off the Will-O-Wisp, and now they prep. Beautiful setup here from EG with the Macro Pyre and the Ice Path. Bryle's forced to double dodge out. Moon will fall. Good fight for Evil Geniuses, making the jump on the Kezu, taking that Beastmaster out of the fight, and then the song counter of the Will-O-Wisp. Well played.
Very poor positioning by Crazy in that fight. They knew that they were underneath the ward, and they all just kind of walked into that. Kezu cannot be up front. He's such a good dual target for them. Doesn't get anything off. They lose their auras immediately.
This sets back Crazy a bit, but not enough to knock him out of the advantage, the nice position they've already built up for themselves. As we'll catch that replay again. They sleep, take out the Will-O-Wisp, 2-man Ice Path Macro Pyre setup, and Bryle is narrowly able to make it out.
Yeah, able to keep the Aegis.
You know, the only lockdown again is really like dual Ice Path, so once those conclude, Storm is free to kind of just run on out from trouble.
Yeah, and he is going to Yules, so we'll have to see if it, if it backfires. I'm a little skeptical, but let the Storm expert do his thing.
How close is Crit getting to that silence stick? He still has recipe to go.
He's close.
But that will be something else to keep the Storm in check in those kind of fights. Until the Yules is completed, of course. But we'll see EG farm. And possibly stall out this Aegis, if possible. Only taking appropriate counterfights with good
Jump on the
positioning.
crit.
Except for Crit. Crit's out in his own world on the Clinks and gets spotted. And yeah, obviously Storm's going to have his number whenever he's nearby and has the jump opportunity.
I don't think Troll's really interested in kind of pushing the tempo until he's got all his items. He's just hanging out, farming.
What has he got for now? Saint Janyasha wants to go for Satanic next.
It's this SNY Satanic build that we see on a lot of carries right now. I think the amount of status resistance you get just kind of makes it overpowered. So I think it's just a huge spike.
Yeah. I've seen games where they get this and then somehow still end up with like a Titan sliver, and you're
It's
just like, come on,
man. You just can't stop them. You can't stun them. Like, all of your stuff doesn't last any time. We've seen the Ursa, right? The Ursa Battle Fury. They go SNY Satanic as well. Same thing. So any carry that wants to build these items, I think is very, very good right now.
We see responses coming out in the forms of teams picking up like Spirit Vessels to try to battle against the heavy leech and regen, but the status resistance is still something.
It's something you just can't touch.
You just can't touch or do anything about.
And if you can't stop Troll or Ursa from attacking, you're in big trouble. Well, we've seen, there's other ways around it. I think Morphling can be really good against it.
Yep.
You like the long duration stun. You also have like an E-Blade that you can use.
If you find someone who can get the farm for a Halberd, that disarm could help a bit.
Yeah, everything helps, but it's just you got to spend a lot of resources dealing with this hero when they get like this.
Here comes some pressure from Crazy as they try to make an approach through the river in this mid lane a bit, going for a little bit of a D-ward.
He's going for the BKB now after the Yules as well. I think he could just have, he could almost just have the BKB if he decided to skip it, but something's going on.
EG holding their high ground positioning here. Taking the ward back. The Courier. And just trying to hold their side as best they can and create enough of a space for Naga to keep farming up, because as you see, Crazy own most of this map. Trolls had the northern side pretty much all to himself, and he continues to farm up now 2k higher than where Arteezy is.
Yeah, they may look to try and fight once they have the Satanic on Troll, which he is very close. However, they may also just wait for Roshan.
Meanwhile, I saw their Naga's going for Butterfly. So hoping that the Troll's not going to have a way to work through the evade.
Yeah, Naga is quite farmed. Still a little bit away from Butterfly, though.
Jump in from Moon. Catches out Fly in the back lines, and that's going to prompt Arteezy to go for the song. He casually slices down Moon Meander's Courier, and now they unleash their fighting fury. A Will-O-Wisp on one end, Macro Pyro combo on the other. Moon Meander gets in there and then gets blasted down and supports a piece, but the finish of Bryle makes this one nice for EG, and they're going to be able to segue this through a bottom lane push.
All right, I'm officially going to say it. Yules was a terrible decision. I think if he just has a BKB, even if he gets dueled, I'm not sure that EG will have enough damage to kill him. All they have is physical damage right clicks, and they don't have any BKBs on their side, so Will-O-Wisp and Blinding Light would stop him from dying, even if he got dueled during BKB, I would guess. But yeah, can't even cast the Yules out of the Naga Song into Ice Path, and he goes down.
Got to be concerning there for Bryle. I'm curious if that's going to change his
He's just going to need to farm
body
BKB
language
before the end of the game.
Got to go and farm now. And that's going to certainly slow down momentum here for Crazy a bit. especially if they wanted to kind of get back into the fight as soon as the Satanic's ready. They might have to kind of second guess their commitments if they don't have all the appropriate tools on their Storm Spirit ready for the fight.
Yeah, they want the Storm to be able to follow up on the Clockwork Hook. However, every time he zips in, unless it's on the Naga Siren, he puts himself in grave danger of just being slept. And then once he's slept, if Jakiro's not dead, you know, he's pretty much a guaranteed kill.
Man, it's not even approach a strategy like that. It's like, feels like you just need to try to bait out songs if possible. The cooldown is so short.
Or just buy the BKB,
Or buy,
and then you just BKB out of the song, and then the team fight's not really an issue. Because it's only out of the song they can catch him. Like, he can do all this cute zipping around stuff, but you can't dodge song into Ice Path.
Ooh, there's a Titan Sliver,
They
but
found
it's
an
on.
IOE on bottom, but he glimmered.
Ooh, sneaky.
He juked him.
Hides within the trees and finds a way to teleport out.
Okay, Satanic finished on Troll. He's going to Basher.
He's all in on the attack and on the SAS resist. Doesn't feel like it's necessary to get a defensive item when you have all this HP.
1 minute till Roshan.
Certainly a possible contention point for both teams to go for, as we have a DC, unfortunately, for Aui's side.
Before Bryle, like, this is going to be a strange timing for Bryle. It's like he's not going to have, he doesn't have buyback at the moment. He might be able to farm it, but he's not going to have BKB for this Roche fight. And I think because he doesn't have BKB, I think EG is still capable of winning team fights, which means they can, you know, make a huge fight at Roshan, potentially get the Aegis for themselves, and then all of a sudden, we might be looking at an EG favored game out of nowhere.
See the scan go out near the pit, and now EG head that direction.
Yeah, they used their scan a bit earlier, but the Roshan was not an instant spawn. It still got a bit of time. It's about 1 minute into the 3 minute timer that it could spawn. Look at this little repair kit here on the tier 1.
Wow.
Don't see that every day.
Saving and protecting that precious tier 1 point here for Crazy.
Regen rune for Storm Spirit. Maybe he can quickly farm up a BKB with it.
Right? It's, you know, just needs about another 1,300 gold or 1K gold, and he's good. Oh, he needs all the components. Oh, I thought he already had 2 of them.
No, just 1. He's got enough gold for the second one, but not enough for the third, and he may actually just want to hold buyback. It's almost just as good as the BKB here.
His other teammates are kind of scouting out to either D-ward or look for a quick pick opportunity. It's going to be Aoi who pays the price, a little too close to that mid lane.
He may need to buy back for the fight.
Yeah, that Will-O-Wisp is too vital of a tool. And EG going to the pit, possibly looking to bait out that buyback.
They have a Beastmaster Hawk that's going to fly out here in a minute. Or a second, sorry. They see the troll.
Oh, wow. Can they burst him down, though? Without Fly being around, they don't have a whole lot of catch. And then, again, the stats resist isn't even going to make it too easy. So he runs out and away.
EG gets the deep ward up on the hill here, taking control of the Roshan pit area.
That's such a common spot. I'm sure Crazy know about it, but it will still serve its purpose to see if Crazy are moving through that area and towards the Roche pit. But EG not quick to get on that. They seek opportunities elsewhere here, as we see jumps from Bryle through the bottom as Bulba, Ryoya, and Crit were in the area.
Okay, there's his BKB. And I think maybe he went Yules because he saw the Kling's head Orchid. He's like, oh, I could just, you know, just Yules that off and not have to waste a BKB charge. So I'm sure the Yules can be useful, but he's got the BKB now, so now I think he's good. Troll is killing Roche. It is below 50% HP.
Naga Illusion's in there. Obviously, EG know what's going on. I don't know if they have any kind of jump. It's just a song.
It's a Legion Commanders, their Blink Dagger. That's about it, and Void Spirit can kind of run in as well.
Yeah, but with BKBs, it's going to be very tricky. That song's not going to stop it. These cores. Both teams smoked. Trying to keep their position hidden in their approach. Man, the tension is real here.
Yeah.
Troll is already in the pit. He's not even looking to commit on the finish of the Roche yet.
He doesn't want it to get too low because they can just song and take it, and he doesn't have a BKB, so it's theirs if they want it, and they might just do it here.
Crit walks in.
It's going to be up to our Bryle to BKB and jump in.
Yeah. Hook shot could stop potentially the song. There's the hook shot into the song. The BKB does not snag it. Arteezy able to pick it up.
That's it.
And that is going to be Bryle going down. He throws all of his chips on the table and unfortunately gets knocked down. And now EG scramble. They're looking to finish off the big bad troll, and they are successful in doing it. He's going to be out 90 seconds without a buyback. No buyback for Bryle either, committing for the BKB. And EG have just opened things up.
Man, whew. Troll looked useless there. No BKB.
Now BKB means he can't even get close to that pit because of the song. It was all on the shoulders of Bryle.
Yeah, good on EG just to take advantage of the situation. It's kind of a free Roshan for them since it was so low HP. And yeah, maybe things definitely could have been different if Bryle scooped that Aegis, but risky thing to leave up to just Storm.
Feels unfortunate for Crazy. They had a good laning phase, even a good mid-game period, but for it to fall into a high-risk play like that, you know, doesn't feel great. And now you question the way you itemized.
Yeah, you don't want to put yourself in high-risk situations like that. But they kind of, you know, they made their own bed.
We'll see it again. Early song out. Moon jumps in, but Arteezy with the fast fingers was able to scoop it up. And then with Bulba jumping in, he's able to lock down the Storm. The Troll obviously not able to get through that door, having to wait out the song.
Where's the Coddle ult? Just nowhere.
Where is the Coddle at? He was just walking in at that point.
Storm needs, like, they need the Coddle ult on top of the LC ult.
Oh, man.
Otherwise, Storm, like we saw, Storm just died in his BKB there.
Did Owie buy back but have to run all the way?
No. He didn't have to buy back.
He just waited out his death timer and
he was just
slow
really
run
far
back.
and
Yeah.
They jumped. They just weren't ready for what EG decided to do.
Crazy are just going to have to now battle with their backs against the walls from this mid game and see where the opportunities can be for them to try to take this one back. As Arteezy is confident on this Naga, scooting through this mid lane with his buddies nearby. All of EG still congregated towards this mid lane.
Game is still close though. Bryle does have his BKB. Just needs to not die to the duel. If they can survive the duel, then they might be able to win a fight.
Next item for Bulba after finishing out his own BKB and Blade Mail is going to be a halberd.
Yeah, they're going for a bunch of halberds. They've got one queued up on Void Spirit as well.
Oh.
So just going to try and disable that troll as much as possible. And he's not buying a BKB, so halberd is going to be good. He's going MKB right now though, so he can deal with the minor evasion, but the disarm.
He needs a lot of items, it feels. It's great that he has this basic foundation of strength and stats and status resist, but without the flat-out BKB, it's obvious because of that Roche fight that it makes things quite difficult, so he's going to have to get that BKB eventually, but as it gets put off a bit, it's just feeling like it's going to be a lot harder to farm up. But the MKB is necessary if they even want to be able to do adequate damage to the Naga.
I feel like he's already killing everybody he gets on top of. He's just not really getting on top of people.
Yeah, just getting on top of people is the hard part. You need to hope.
MKB will definitely let Naga be killable if he gets on top of the Naga, but what about the Void Spirits and all of these spells? You know, the Jakiro Ice Path.
Yep. Yeah, not easy. Jumping duel can lock him in his spot. The Macro Pyre and everything Shakiro's dishing out with his ice paths and such.
I'm sure he'll get a BKB after his MKB.
Oh man, but the problem is, will there still be a game? Will there be a?
EG doesn't have great building push. Naga can hit the buildings, but does kind of put him in a precarious position.
Yeah, it's kind of just on her and some liquid fire, and maybe crit. You know, little Bone Fletcher. He can pepper away at a tower if necessary.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have the minus armor anymore, though. That value Blightstone early.
It's just scary to show on your supporting cast like that, because if Crazy can start the fight initiating on your Jakiro or initiating on your Clinks, all of a sudden they get to play the fight 5 versus 4.
All right, Bryle reconnects, but EG do need the second here.
Yeah, the server's a mess. I'm DC'd over here on my PC, so.
What is going on? Just hopefully one bad server, and this will be something we don't have to worry about for the following games. but it looks like it's making its way through all the players and commentators in this game. See, net worth, this game started crazy favored with some strong lanes and an early movement to encroach in on EG's side and add a lot of pressure. And it forced, Crit not to be able to move around comfortably on the Clinks, and Ryoya having trouble in the mid lane. Looks like we are going to give it a go once ready.
EG got back into this game because of their team fight, and the reason why they were able to win the team fights is because Crazy's cores didn't buy BKBs. And yeah, they have it now, but it might be a little too late.
And we'll have to see if Crazy can kind of turn things around and find opportunities now that those items have come together. Being a bit too late, we'll see if Crazy say better late than never.
Yeah, EG not really forcing the issue at the moment, though. They're continuing to farm up. Maybe they want to finish the Scotty on Naga.
They still have that Aegis, right, on Naga? Yeah, so they're comfortable.
Got some Halberds. Halberd coming soon on Void Spirit.
EG sweep up to this mid lane, and Crazy are nearby on the high ground.
Troll's got a BKB queued up. I can't wait.
Damn. Take a little bit of time to farm that. We'll see if EG allow him to have that farm period or not. I assume it's in EG's interest to see if they can finish out some of these outer towers. There seems to be only one outer tower really remaining in that top lane for Crazy. But pushing into the high ground is going to be a challenge in itself.
Yeah, both their mid wave and their top wave were pushed out. You see the Beastmaster, his Necrobooks, plus his Boars are just pushing out this mid-lit wave, so EG can't really take advantage of their Aegis at the moment.
I imagine you would consider that a bit of a win for Crazy.
Definitely.
Right?
I think this closer to Troll. He's switched to a Basher.
Troll?
I wonder why he thinks he doesn't need a BKB. I feel like this is like the game.
Yeah, because we could see situations where, looks like our obs may have disconnected. Nope, he's back. Situations where the rest of the team is wiped out within that sleep and setup, and then Troll is like one of the lone survivors at that point, the back end of the song, if he doesn't have a BKB. I don't think he can take on the world.
We'll see how it pans out. We can always flame him later.
For sure, for sure. Or maybe he'll end up being successful.
Aegis ran out.
It'll be a brain blast here.
Aegis is out, so nothing achieved with the Aegis other than just some farm.
Unfortunately, our garbage server continues to disconnect our players and forces out yet another pause here. I imagine this is a challenge in itself for these players to have to deal with this kind of pausing situation. It really takes you out of the game and the momentum and what you were working on in that immediate moment.
Yeah, it's always a bummer, but we've got some experienced Dota vets here, and this is not their first game of server issues.
What would you? Is it different team by team when you're sitting in a pause? Are you constantly just talking about what to do immediately after the pause at that point?
Yeah, usually depends how long the pauses are. Sometimes you can only say so much about what to do next, and then you just start being frustrated.
Especially if post-pause things don't go your favor. As we get underway, another attempt, another spree of hopefully 5+ minutes of action here as the Ice Path, is this Skeeter dead? No, they do manage to commit the Will-O-Wisp, and now EG decide to turn and run as Troll ulti is also going to be there, but the song, the BKB, the chase, the duel from Bulba. You will not get my precious Naga Princess as they blast down Bryle at the back end of that song. Troil now has to move in for a round number 2, but he does not have a whole lot to offer, and EG swoop on in to catch him. And there's the Ice Path. He's quickly able to sidestep. But look at that, Ryoya waiting with the remnants to stop him down. He's still turning, he's still fighting, but Crit dishing out the damage from the side. Targets him down. He looks to go for Kezu next. Arteezy so low, but still holds that extra life. Has the Aegis expired yet?
No, Aegis was gone a while ago.
Oh, okay, okay. But he's still, look at him. Woo, he got him with the Yearn. He's barely holding on. And pulls back again.
Okay.
Survives.
I think it's official. I think we're good to go. I think we can just start flaming Troll for not having a Black King bar.
Woo,
and we can
all right.
move on from there.
A pause to break down what just transpired.
Troll tried to go in. and he barely lived because they silenced him.
That started with EG trying to catch the troll, and then they made the snap call to try to counterfight on the side of Crazy.
He had to counter initiate with the Will-O-Wisp, but it was more of a defensive, right? It was more of a defensive.
Yeah, I mean, it was good heads up. EG saw that and immediately turned.
Yeah, and then Storm jumped in on the Naga Siren. Storm was like, okay, dude, we found the Naga. Let's kill her. Storm pops her BKB, starts going on the Naga, and then Naga pops her BKB, and then she casts Song, and then Troll's like, I don't have a BKB, so I guess I'm just going to take a nap.
Yep. Bryle attempted to clean things up, but we got to give props to Bulba. He jumps right in and locks down Bryle.
Yep.
Does not allow him to get the Naga finish.
That's his job.
Protect Naga, of course, and also just duel the Storm. He's kind of like the only threat, I think.
And he got the Minotaur Horn, too, pick up there. Leveler also picked up by Bulba. So now, if EG do manage to get a hold of these towers, it's going to be that much more. Prince's Knife while we're at it. Here, all the items beginning to drop and show up here for EG.
Oh, I wonder who's going to take what.
Yeah, they don't really have too much range. I guess Prince's Knife for crit.
Yeah, Troll actually has the flicker, so he can dispel like the silences himself from himself, which is pretty good.
That's pretty big.
Saw it a little bit. There's a duel here.
Nice catch of Owie, who is probably just looking to go deep and plant some wards or take a outpost tower at that 40-minute mark. Not able to get it though, and I think that means that EG had controlled both outposts and denied Crazy from the extra XP.
Yeah, game is tilting majorly in favor of EG at the moment.
Yeah, the throwdown at Roche started tilting things in favor of EG, but then that recent counter fight coming out, well, the counter fight, if you want to call it that, really put EG far in ahead. And now the recovery for Crazy is that much more serious, and I don't know if a BKB on Troll alone is going to be good enough. He's still not even going for the BKB, just says Flicker will be enough to get me out of trouble. But that is not looking so good.
Yeah, I want to stop commenting on the Troll and his BKB. I'm just getting angrier and angrier.
It's hard because he's really the late game for Crazy. He's the win condition. It's like him and Bryle.
It's okay. Moon Meander's going for a BKB. He might be able to kill the Naga.
Definitely the more BKBs, the better. If EG are going to be utilizing this song mostly for a defensive. But EG are using this advantage to move through Crazy's side and take away more of the farm. As that Scotty on Naga makes her that much fatter. She's now got 3,300 life. 500 more than even the Troll. As she begins scratching away at the base here. You know, not even extra life, but feeling confident enough to take it to Crazy. Crazy have all their ultimates now, so if they wanted to take a fight, this would be the opportunity to do so. And this is where I feel like you talk about a lot, Peter, the difference between playing to win and not playing to just lose. You know, you want to just wait inside the base and try to hold the line, or are we going out there to make something happen?
Roshan for sure.
Yeah.
And they can hold this high ground right here, hopefully.
EG already looking to get on Crazy's side to see if they're going to head to the area. Trolls farming the neutral camp. Look at this. Ryoya bounces in from behind, gets welcomed with the roar. The jump through for Kezu, looking to go for the duel. The Will-O-Wisp commitment, but so much damage already being burned onto Skeeter because of the macro pyre and ice path.
Now we can really discuss this team.
Wow. This has got to be incredibly frustrating. Ryoya apparently lagging. He was the one to kind of start that fight out. Okay, so he led in.
Don't worry, he's about to die for his lag.
He gets hit with Kezu's roar. Kezu gets jumped by Bulba. He's about to die now to Bulba.
Oh, but Artis is using Song, so
GG.
So yeah, Troll's not going to be ulted here.
Well, Bryle's pretty far away. He should be able to avoid this Song, BKB, and jump in, but who are you jumping into? Oh, he's already jumping in. He could be jumping into the Song. Oh, he's already BKB'd. So he's continuing to chase down and blast down crit if possible, but is not going to be able to get that finish. Troll survives. He runs out and avoids trouble, and they leave Moon behind. So Kezu and Moon now going to be evaporated after that fight. You know, props to EG and their positioning on that one. They move not directly into the Roche. They move up into the high ground of Crazy side, hiding behind that shop, and then make an approach to catch Crazy when they're not prepared. And now EG are going to be rewarded with a move into the Roche pit, an Aegis, and a bit more security to try to make a push into the high ground of Crazy.
Not sure how. Oh, there's an Ags this time. Well, Klink's got the Ags. Okay, so he's got the extra skeletons. When he pops out a skeletal walk. Yeah, when exiting skeletal walk.
Nice. And here we go. There's still no Will-O-Wisp. So I wonder if EG just kind of want to take it to right to Crazy or play with the timing a bit more now that they know they have the Aegis here. Crit also completes out the Blink Dagger, too.
He's got the Prince Knife, too.
Prince Knife and Blinks.
Extra projectile speed on the Searing Arrows.
He's even backpacked the Leveler. So he's like, oh, when we get to the base, I'm going to swap in the Leveler.
Yeah.
Really put in some work.
True, true. Okay, I think Crazy could just call it, and we could just go on a new server.
That's fair.
Seems like the reasonable thing to do. I mean, I don't understand how you could possibly win this game if your troll is not even thinking about buying a BKB. It's like troll is good in games where he can cast his ultimate and hit targets. And a lot of times, you know, and sometimes in like, you know, a less than optimal troll game, you have to buy a BKB so you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then other times,
you just get so much damage and stats you hope you survive.
Yeah, like the bad troll games are the ones where you buy BKB and you still can't connect on targets.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like he's connecting on targets, but then he's just getting Song of Siren, and then when the Naga sleep runs out, his ult's over, and he has no choice but to run.
Yeah, and his team is not going to be able to bail him out. They're usually either stuck in that song or don't have a way to get into the song and pull him out.
Crit has the Nullifier Bloodthorn combo, so if he gets those both on you, you can't use items or cast spells.
Jeez Louise, Crit is really farmed. Crit is, what, 4th in net worth?
Yeah,
3rd in net worth.
He's farmed.
Wow, he even passes Bryle at this point.
He's got a decent amount of kills and a fair amount of CS. I think the death pack is he's just farming with it.
55 damage. Look at the damage he does. It's 300 damage.
Action top.
Dead Owie trying to move out from the base and de-ward a bit. Obviously that was where they had that last fight. Maybe anticipating EG has some vision in the area, or at least want to get down their own bit of vision to just see the approach of EG and try to catch him out. But this is a lot of pressure for Crazy. It feels like very narrow win conditions in this one. You have to kind of really hope the stars align and EG misstep.
Yeah, and EG is definitely taking their time. I think they... Oh, who'd they get the Aegis to? Oh, the Aegis is on Klinks. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, Naga skipped it already. Too many items.
I mean, he's a bigger core than Ryoya at this point.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So why not?
Ryoya does have the cheese, though, and is also just really farmed.
He seems the one that's just going to be jumping in, causing some commotion, trying to disrupt things for Crazy's backlines, and Crazy are in that awkward spot. It's like, well, we don't want to counterfight just this Void Spirit. We have 2 other big problems out there with Naga and this Klinks. So Ryoya going to be looking to try to be that disruptor in this as EG comes scratching at the doorstep.
Yo, Crit, can you please come hit the buildings with your Aegis, man? He's just farming Ancients.
What is he? He doesn't even have anything queued up. Just like, I want buyback money.
They just want to bleed him out. You know, just give him a nice, like, 70-minute game 1.
You know,
that way
with a 50K net worth advantage.
Yeah, that way they don't feel like playing game 2.
They're just, you know, telling Crazy, you made us wait. Now we're going to make you wait.
They definitely are waiting. Very patient.
And was that with a courier killed with the...
Yeah, this is Abyssal Blade.
The Abyssal Blade on it.
Don't worry, it's not going to make a difference. If it was a BKB, maybe it would have.
What do you mean? With that Abyssal Blade, Troll could jump in that much faster and hope to burst someone down before
better be
song.
on Naga Siren.
If he could jump Naga and kill her within the Abyssal Blade,
and
then you don't have to
and Void Spirit.
Yes, of course.
All right, so think. He jumps into a fight without BKB. He has no dispels other than his ultimate. So if he gets Yules, he stops attacking. If
If he gets halberd, he stops attacking.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets ice pathed, he stops attacking.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets Song of Siren, he stops attacking. If he gets dueled, I think that's fine. He'll just kill the LC. But I don't know how much Blade Mail changes that interaction.
Sure, it will do a bit of damage his way.
They all look pretty tanky on EG's side. I'm not sure they even die.
Feels like it's a lot of faith on Crazy's support staff to help this troll out. You know, a nicely placed and timed Will-O-Wisp to cancel those said spells.
Mm-hmm.
But a Will-O-Wisp alone is not going to be enough. You have to have Moon in there.
A 5-man Will-O-Wisp maybe could be.
It's a tall order for Owie.
All right, Crit is here. I think he's ready to hit the buildings. He has the leveler. He wanted the Aegis. Hit the building.
And EG will split between the mid and bottom lane. And there he goes. Bump, bump, bump. This is through the repair kit.
Worst neutral item added ever. The repair kit.
Not a fan of the repair kit? I thought people liked the repair
How
kit.
could you be? Look at it.
I mean, it's annoying. That and Glyph, that it could just wipe out your wave. And
Yeah, I mean, a Glyph is already OP enough. To have to deal with Glyph and the repair kit?
Crit gonna get that tier 3 finish.
Okay, okay.
And this is just a slow, painful siege from EG. It's obvious pressure onto Crazy to look for that slim opening and opportunity. But if they continue just hiding indoors, they will be starved out in farm.
This Klink's Ag seems very bad. Or am I misunderstanding it? I guess maybe the movement speed is the bonus, where you get to run really fast. But the 2 skeletal archers, they seem pretty useless.
Curious who else would have really gotten decent value out of that Ags if it wasn't for Crit picking it up.
They only hit heroes, so they don't hit buildings or creeps.
Oh, here comes Skeeter, chopping away. Crit, splitting the damage now between
Searing
the
arrows
ranks.
multi-shot, nice.
It's pretty swell. Bit of damage onto Skeeter. He gets the Lotus Orb.
Oh man, the Aegis is gonna run out soon. And you know what that means? Might be waiting for
the next
Roshan.
rush. It's one of those. I mean, do you think it's possible EG are giving too much respect to Crazy's high ground defense, or
They are really
or
bad
is it
at hitting
appropriate?
buildings. Yeah, it's really hard for them to hit buildings, and Storm Spirit is just so annoying, zipping from the well.
Yeah. Well, here they go again, sieging in. Naga invis, creeping out front there, but no call to action yet from EG's side. It looks like they're drawing out a different game plan. They're going to head all the way up north, possibly to keep the wave pushed forward, and they'll have all lanes pushed in. But again, it's still Crazy, just kind of dancing around in their own base. We're not going to be seeing them, you know, get close to that next item.
When's the next 60 plus for the next neutrals?
50
Or 60?
Those neutral items seem quite ridiculous. They could be game changers in their own right.
Oh, for sure. Some of them are just straight up imbalanced, but that's kind of the fun part, right?
That's Ice Frog. He's like, if the game's going to go that long, things are going to get crazy. BKB on Troll.
The Trident.
He's got it, Peter. It's a very late
No
10-second
way.
BKB. This could be the ticket. This will feel like a really long BKB at this point in the game.
Item BKB? What?
Yeah, baby.
I can't believe they actually went back for it.
Now you have Flicker and BKB. Oh, I like Arteezy has the Flicker too. Both these cores want to have that get out of jail free card that they could just slam down.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Get out of the Clockwork Cogs.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Crazy feel confident with that BKB. They smoke. They head into their turf. They're looking to find a catch. Fly, Ryoya, just ahead. There's the jump from Moon and the Abyssal Blade.
Got
Easy chop down of Fly.
They see the Naga.
Oh boy. Could this be trouble? Arteezy uses the Flicker. Does manage to get the blink off in a good direction. But
Duel on
here's the
Troll.
counterplay. Set up on the Troll. He's very low. The Will-O-Wisp, the move in, the pop of the BKB. He begins to swing it out with the Naga. He has that MKB. He begins to chew through her. She tries to song, but he's got a BKB now. So
No
he
way,
will chop
dude.
her down. And this pickup of BKB could be all that crazy we're hoping for now as they clean through
Oh my god,
Evil Geniuses and push them back.
what a brilliant 6th item for Troll Warlord here. He picks up a BKB and kills the Naga Siren. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
It was so late that EG were not even ready for it.
A full 10-second BKB. Amazing stuff. And my Roshan timer isn't working. What does it say? It's up right now, right? Oh, I can't see the.
It may respawn in, we don't know.
Well, you can see the little bar. I think it's about to spawn right now.
Let's see the timing. Oh, it's going to be, what's that,
never
2
mind.
minutes?
It was
something
setting
like
the
that.
timer. Okay, okay.
Minute and a half, 2 minutes.
I think mine was bugged from like the disconnecting or.
Yeah, that's what happens.
I see the Void Spirit.
Jump back,
on him.
Abyssal catch. And look at the follow-up from Moon Meander. He gets the hook shot onto the backline Jakiro, who does have the Force Staff, finds his way back inside the base, but it's EG scrambling back and away, and possibly going to be forced to pull out some buybacks here if they do want to defend this first set of racks. Otherwise, it's going to be 30 seconds.
The sidestep.
Crest and Lincolns. On to Troll. Everything for Troll here. Troll Daddy. Looking to bring it home for Crazy.
What do you think? Skeeter, you going to go for it? I think you got to back up and play Roshan. I think that is the play. And yeah, all of a sudden we have ourselves a game here.
Yeah, 20. It was a 20K plus net worth advantage for EG. And suddenly Crazy making it look pretty even now. Just one BKB to change it all.
It's a good item. It helps.
I mean, really, I don't know how much EG were prepared or
it's about to
suddenly
happen.
just expected that, but
They see fly.
Bulba jumps in,
The one
spots
piece.
Kezu, goes for it, but Troll is chopping away at Bulba's back and is going to finish him off. They can't take down Kezu. And now he moves over to the next target. It's going to be Clinks. He takes out Clinks.
They're all dying.
Skeeter going on an absolute tear. They have nothing to stop the Troll now that he has the precious BKB. They are forced to just wait on the side till it is going to be finished. Now they can commit the song. Who is Naga going to go for? There's the Ice Path nicely connected onto the two of them, but there the Troll just steps out. They will get the finish of Owie here.
Jakiro went down. That was its dieback. Beastmaster Boar is able to finish him off.
And Crazy,
They want to wait.
content, walk away. Nice quick cogs.
There we go.
Oh, turn around as they make the jump in to go for the finish of Void. But the follow from EG's there, and look at Arteezy just chop away at that Troll. Get that Will-O-Wisp out of here. And they look to follow up with Kezu too.
Okay, Roach is up in 20 seconds, so we are definitely going to need some buybacks here from Radiant. And Dire doesn't have buybacks. They should be buying back and throning right now.
Follow up, here comes Moon though. They knock Arteezy back. It's only Arteezy and Crit here. Crit can't muscle down Moon before the TP out, but because they're able to take down 3 EG members without a buyback, I don't think the Roche is under too much of a threat, right?
This is well-known information that these 3 heroes don't have buyback. I actually think they could just buy back and go kill the throne in 90 seconds.
They're not buying back though. I don't know if they know that the buybacks are not there, or
They do.
if it's too risky
They
for
do.
them, or if they must be just weighing it out.
Well, I guess the one thing they have going for them is that they're going to respawn and then they know that EG doesn't have buybacks again, so they can, if they kill anybody, then they can go in. It's too late now, so as long as they don't lose the Roshan, then maybe they're happy saving their buybacks for the Rosh fight.
That long exchange costs EG about another 8 to 9K of net worth.
Yeah, it's not looking good for EG.
BKB pickup has been so huge. It still's got a lot of time for the Troll. And if Crazy are now in the position where they can start off these fights, I don't know how long EG can stall things out.
You see how much more of a threat Troll is now that he can just like abyssal somebody, BKB and ult, and they just die. And if anybody comes near enough to help him, like, he just kills them too.
And I don't even know if the argument can be made that it's like, well, he would not have had enough damage. He needs to build up all this damage first. Then he can make the most of that BKB.
Yeah, I understand, and the MKB made a decent amount of sense because Naga had the butterfly.
Okay,
they're
Ryle
on the-
mid. He has to pop his own BKB. Jumps back in, looking to go for Arteezy. No, he's just
He needs some mana.
harassing him a bit.
All right, so we're gonna have another straight up 5v5
Yeah,
here.
so there's no BKB on Storm.
Wait. Okay, early song.
Super early.
Double combo here. They both have buyback.
Fly. Ice Path.
Not great follow up here from BG.
Yeah, they are not fully committal on this.
Okay. Oh, there's a regen.
Maybe they were seeing if they could bait the BKB out or something. Whatever it may be. It's
Maybe
enough to force Crazy out from the pit.
Maybe they didn't know how low Roche was, but they knew that Troll was doing it.
Yeah, fair enough. Wow, really tense game for both teams right now. As this is just game number 1 of this lower bracket final. Winner to move on in that grand final to face Quincy. EG had that rough group stage in there, finding their way back, taking down Business Associates in the previous round. Now have Crazy to try to muscle past. Ooh,
They see the Naga.
long jump in, looking to go straight for the Naga. Meanwhile, Troll coming in from behind, looking to pincer for crit. The Will-O-Wisp going to be committed, and now all focus onto Bulba.
LC dead, no buyback. Void Spirit in trouble.
Void Spirit could be going down next. I don't think he has a buyback either. Somehow narrowly makes it out, but then quickly gets taken down. 100 seconds, he'll be on those sidelines. Crazy. Look at this, he just goes for the pit. Troll says, I got what I needed from that fight. I'm going for Roche.
Yeah, one thing that is concerning, they don't have BKBs. Naga Siren does have sleep, so if they manage to find a sleep, they could possibly steal the Roche and get out. Kind of risky, though.
Yeah. Moon has hook. Maybe if he waits far away and hooks in at that right moment, could stop Naga from walking in.
They're going to jump the Naga.
Oh, Moon uses the hook right now to jump
He doesn't
Naga.
have buyback, though.
Oh, my goodness. Moon just gets blown up. Now the song response. As mentioned, no BKB, so he
Now
just
they can do
hightails
Roche.
it out of there.
Right, so they are going to get the Roshan here. This is Aegis and Refresher.
Man. And we're 2 minutes away from the last phase of neutral items. The big, big items will begin to pop out.
We might get there. Aegis for Storm. Ags as well for Storm, I would guess. Yeah, he's going to bless himself.
Get blessed.
What about his Yules? Nah, I'll just leave that there. For the chicken.
Refresher, BKB, Arcane Rune.
I would love for him to give the Refresher to Caudle.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking Beast, but you're right. Will-O-Wisp would be huge.
Yeah, both are good.
All right, now it's Crazy's turn. They have the Aegis. They have the power. What will EG's response be? Well,
EG's buybacks are up in 2 minutes.
this Silver Edge Naga creeping out. She is pretty much at critical mass.
She's been
getting
at critical
Agnum's
mass for a
blessing is
while
the
now.
next thing she's going for.
Yeah, she has 11,000 gold. Already given herself a moon shard.
Time to give moon shards for the team. The Agnum's blessing for yourself.
60-minute items could be an upgrade for Naga.
That's true. I'm trying to think of what those are and what would the best case be. You know, you have stuff like the
75 Agi one.
the pirate hat, attack speed,
The Apex. Let's see. Even the
Ballista.
Ex Machina. Resettle liquidons on your items.
the second Stygian Desolator. We'll have to see. It's
The
30
Mirror
seconds
Shield.
away. Oh, Mirror Shield. Yeah, that
Block
could
and reflect
definitely be a
like
changer.
Storm Spirit stun or something.
Yeah, these items get quite ridiculous. It is crazy you have most of the neutral camps in control, though, so. 10 seconds.
Some of these are a little underwhelming, but some of them are just straight up overpowered.
I wonder if we just don't see them enough to gauge what's balanced and unbalanced.
Nah, probably right.
Not too many games going to the
Okay, the
60-minute
first one's
plus
picked
mark.
up. We got a ballista
And a
for
pirate
somebody.
hat and a fallen sky. Suddenly everything
Those are bad
comes
ones. Who
down.
got those?
Fallen sky for LC, ballista for troll. Now a pirate hat for troll.
Okay, they're all getting the bad ones. There's no meteor hammers in the game, so Fallen Sky is kind of. Wait, do you still need a meteor hammer for Fallen Sky?
I don't know if they changed that or not. They changed the trident, right? Or no? Yeah, I don't even know. We rarely get to see
me
these
see.
items. What is that? Attack range.
Troll's got 250 bonus attack range.
That's insane.
They're on the Naga.
Pull back. No song. No BKB committed. There's a song to bail out Ryoya. Ice path.
What do they got off this?
And
Not a lot.
he flickers out.
Naga's inside the cogs here.
Swings back and forth. Moon gets Naga trapped within. She is still stunned up. Finally able to get forced out. Tries to retreat to the back lines, but Bryle is on the case and is able to get Arteezy finished. He now has to buy back. Bryle a bit low, but look at Skeeter go to work on the back of that Will-O-Wisp. He's able to chop them down, and now
Troll and Storm are both level 30, so they've got access to all of the talents.
he flickers out of the base. Skeeter gets back inside. If he gets to chop away on this tier 3, which will fall. Another buyback, this one from Ryoya. And trouble for Naga. Oh, if they can get her down, this could be it. Jump in instead from Skeeter. He puts his focus onto Ryoya. He has to Yules. He has to sidestep. The cheese is eaten.
Bit scary. Troll doesn't have a lot right now. All right, they got the melee barracks. They've got what they've come for. Time to back it up.
It's something. It's probably not as much as crazy we're hoping for in that fight, but they'll take it.
It was good. It was good. Let's see. They used all of their Roshan items. What did they get? Stygian Desolator. Okay, perfect. That is a good item for Troll.
Straight 75 damage
That was
and
their third one.
armor piercing. Very nice. Where did the other items go, though?
Mirror Shield. Okay, Mirror Shield for
Ooh.
Dire. Give it to Arteezy.
What is he using? Flicker?
Flicker's pretty good.
He did use Flicker to get out of a sticky spot in that fight. Still ended up dying.
The final one was the
Force boots. Interesting.
He already has a speed limit removed, though, so not sure how useful that is. For
I imagine
he's
that's
keeping
pretty
the pirate
handy.
hat.
Force boots, get out of cogs, get out of trouble. If they force, I
Yeah,
assume
they
they
gave it
do.
to Legion. And okay, finally, the Trident was the last one, so he can SNY plus...
No, I don't even know if anyone has that.
No, he has the SNY. He just needs a Kaya.
Oh, it's on Beastmaster. Oh, you're right.
No, on Troll.
I meant the Beastmaster picked it up. It's on Troll's team. So therefore, yeah, Troll has the Saint Janyasha, just needs the Kaya, and can actually complete the Trident. Yeah.
So what is the Trident actually good?
It's got a lot of 30s. 30 strength, 30 agility, 30 intel, 30 more status resist.
He's got to buy a Kaya.
It's like everything.
Okay, he's got it. Here you go.
Mana cost and mana. It's just all the swords with better numbers.
Plus 30 to all stats.
It's
30%
at
status
four-
resistance.
It's at
and
4k
okay,
HP.
I think the best thing that it does is it clears up the SNY slot.
Right?
so-
That's huge value, to be honest. What can he fill that slot with?
Divine Rapier.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, here we go.
No,
EG
he's
smoke.
going AC.
Oh, they spot Bryle. Do they have jump catch? Pop the Lincolns. He pops his BKB. Quickly
Duel.
jumps in and out. Gets dueled up by Bulba, but Skeeter rolls in and quickly finishes off.
They got the Roar on Naga.
Clinks immediately. The roar on Naga means
She's
that
dead.
Troll is just going to mow them all down, and that could just be game, and it is game.
It's
Oh
game.
my God. That was just quick, fast, and in a hurry. With EG the one smoking out, cute, looking for an opportunity. They spot Little Storm Spirit in the river, but damn, he just takes